stepping on my male
Honorable
colleagues'
members, honorable members, women members, it's totally out of order to shout in the house. You know how you can do what you're doing, but don't shout. Honorable Ichungwa.
Honorable Speaker, I was saying, at the risk of being lynched by many male governors and prospective governors, I have proposed that if I had the ability to alter part of our constitution, I would propose that our women leaders even have the governor position as an affirmative action seat, because they are good in managing funds, Honorable Speaker. And I don't say this, Honorable Speaker, because I'm a father to girls. I have seen, as I grew up, my own mother taking care of the pennies, knowing that when you take care of the pennies, the pounds will take care of themselves. And I believe many women leaders in this country have that belief, that if you take care of the small money they have, these women leaders under GAF have very little, I think about 7 or 8 million shillings per county, but you can see the effect of that money on the ground. How then do we allow those amendments that are coming to take away money from GAF to give it to governors? It will be injustice not to the women leaders, but to the people of Kenya who are depending on their mothers and their sisters in GAF to take care of them in terms of bursaries and social protection funds, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, I don't need to re-emphasize that we never see the value of money that is going to counties across the country, without exception, Honorable Speaker. I know there are some counties like Homa Bay where we can see good work being done. I know there are counties like Nakuru where we can see good work being done. And there are counties that are messy, Honorable Speaker. There are counties where the Auditor General is telling you, my county in Kiambu, close to 1 billion shillings on roads has gone to waste. Close to another 100 million shillings that was being given as fertilizer and chicks, Honorable Speaker, has been stolen, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I don't just say this to support women governors, but I can say without any fear of contradiction, our women leaders are doing a great job as governors, and I would urge Kenyans to continue supporting our women leaders. These are great leaders, Honorable Speaker.
You, Honorable Majority Leader, are you done? Okay. Honorable Junet.
Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, I stand to support the amendments of the Senate, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, let's be honest. And let us be honest to ourselves, and let us be honest to Kenyans, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, some of these counties that you are seeing in this country have seen 1 billion shillings for the first time in their lives after devolution, Madam Speaker. We shall not be used as a house to kill devolution, Madam Speaker. We must stand up, because that is the only way we are going to save devolution, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, as you are aware, the Senate has only asked for an increment. They have never said we remove the money from NGCDF. They never said we remove from fuel levy. They never said, Madam Speaker. There are devolved functions that are being held here in Nairobi, like the health functions, like agriculture functions. Why are you keeping those monies in Nairobi here? Why don't you send those monies to the counties, Madam Speaker? That is why we have people eating now fertilizer money in this country, Madam Speaker. Why can't you send those monies to the counties? Madam Speaker, what I am saying, if Osoro might want to know what I am saying, is that we must send more money to the counties. If you want to deal with corruption at the counties, deal with corruption. Jail governors, jail chief officers, and all kind of people. But you cannot deny the people of Kenya who live in counties money in the pretext of corruption, Madam Speaker. There is more corruption in national government than in the counties, and nobody speaks about it, Madam Speaker. 90% of our resources remain in the national government. It doesn't remain in the counties. We are devolving less than 15% to counties, and we magnify the corruption there as though that is the only money that is in Kenya, Madam Speaker. Monies are in Nairobi. Monies are in ministries. Monies are in PSS and ministers here. That is why we are dealing with issues of fertilizer today, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to urge this House, let us not be used as a house to kill devolution. What is going to bring life to this country What is going to develop this country? What is going to make this country a first world country, Madam Speaker, is devolution. That is how Germany developed, that is how France developed, and that is how all democracies developed, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to say this.
Give Honorable Makilap the microphone.
Hello.
Madam Speaker, I hope, Madam Speaker, let me conclude by saying
Yes.
that you cannot add 6 billion shillings.
Honorable Junet, take your seat. Honorable Makilap, what is out of order? And let's get the IT department work on the sound. Honorable Makilap.
Madam Speaker, I think we've had enough debate on this matter, and we can call the mover to reply. Because, Madam Speaker, this matter is as good as done, Madam Speaker, and we can invoke Article 95 and call the mover to reply.
I will let Honorable Junet finish.
Madam Speaker, it will be sad, Honorable Makilap, who was a former Speaker of Baringo County, can be used to derail devolution in this country. But Madam Speaker, we are dealing with a budget of 3.9 trillion, almost 4 trillion. And we are giving counties only 396 billion, Madam Speaker. And we have added this year, this financial year, only 6 billion shillings, Madam Speaker. If you divide 6 billion shillings by 47 counties, every county is going to get 30 million shillings. What kind of money is that? What kind of money is that? Is that enough for to develop this country? Madam Speaker, let us be honest to each other. If we want to develop this country, we must devolve funds. If there are issues of corruption, we must deal with them. We cannot use corruption to stifle devolution, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, look at what's happening to devolution. Since the inception 2013, the devolution is struggling to get their required amount of money. Madam Speaker, in this House, when we are dealing with the devolution, with the division of revenue, we are supposed to divide this money vertically first between counties and national government, Madam Speaker. And Madam Speaker, if you hate your governor, that is your own problem. You can go and sort out your issues at home.
You are totally out of order. Totally. Out of order. Honorable Junet, wind up.
Madam Speaker, I want to tell Honorable Osoro, if you hate your governor, you can go and sort out your problems at home. If you want to run for governor, it's up to you. If you want to run for MCA, it's up to you. But the fact of the matter is, the only monies that Kenyans are enjoying is the money that goes to devolution, Madam Speaker. No other money is on the ground. And the NGCDF, those two monies, county governments and CDF money, that is all, Madam Speaker. All the other monies are in the hands of people like Lituri. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable members, in my own evaluation, I see there are still some interested members to speak on this motion. So I will not put the question. I will give 2 people from my right, and I will give another 2 on my left. If there is more, we will continue for a while. Honorable Mukunji, you have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me start by saying I rise to reject in totality, Honorable Speaker, the Division of Revenue Bill as it has come from Senate. Honorable Speaker, I want to first correct Honorable Member Junet that in his constituency he doesn't have to do work for him to be elected. He just have to say the name of a person I don't want to mention. Honorable Speaker, the Constitution of Kenya says that you only have by constitution to give 15% of the revenue to the county government, Honorable Speaker. This year, Honorable Speaker, we have actually added from last year from 375 billion to 391 billion, Honorable Speaker, to the county governments. Honorable Speaker, many people will agree with me that the money that goes to the county is invisible compared to any other resources that come through GAF, NGCDF, and Honorable Speaker, money that is actually appropriated through CARE, Honorable Speaker. And it is unfair to continue adding these monies without seeing results, Honorable Speaker. I want to say that, Honorable Speaker, we need to actually encourage conditional grants to county governments more than giving them a budget line that is going, Honorable Speaker, to be going to their pockets and actually to salaries and remuneration and entertainment for our governors, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we actually need to empower NGCDF and other funds, Honorable Speaker. Yes. Because, Honorable Speaker, what we have done in this country in the name of devolution is created semi-gods and people who actually enrich themselves without the thought of our people that require resources and work to be done. Honorable Speaker, while we are discussing this, it is important for this House to critically think about empowering our county assemblies. These are people who have actually been given few coins, and we need to actually ensure what fund and their own autonomy is maintained, so that, Honorable Speaker, we don't create people who can run away with the whole budget and without even thinking twice, Honorable Speaker, they can only be sought after they have done with their term. Honorable Speaker, I was reading the paper yesterday and I saw a whole page full of faces of former governors in very unscrupulous way, Honorable Speaker, having acquired monies and they are under investigations. It is critical for this House to think of how and what works is what is supposed to be empowered. What doesn't work, Honorable Speaker, is not supposed to be empowered. Honorable Speaker, as the chairman of Kenya Young Parliamentarians, I want to reject in totality the bill, and we need to go to mediation so that we can give governors what is supposed to be given to them. Honorable Speaker, I reject. Thank you.
Minority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. And I want to join my colleagues in supporting the motion. And the Honorable Speaker, from the outset, I want to say that I agree in totality with the Senate in their proposed amendments to the Division of Revenue Bill. Honorable Speaker, let me say this. And you know, the Honorable Chairman of Budget is a noble man and a very good student of economics and finance. What the Senate amendments are saying in very simple and